Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Lav here. It's Sunday, probably around 12 o'clock. I just got finished cutting my grass and stuff, and had a couple of requests to do a couple of reviews on stuff that I use in some of my videos. It was a couple of the guys that asked me. So one of them was a PVC reamer. So if you got a PVC pipe like this, okay, and there's no way of cutting it and put a coupling in. You have to get to the hub. They do make a tool that you can, ream this, cut this pipe flush and ream this out to get this out. Now, there's another way you could do it also with a hacksaw, with like a sawzall. Basically, what you would do is you'd get a piece of pipe like this and you'd make a flush cut right up against the hub. Basically, that's what it looked like. So basically, you want to do is you want to get that piece out of there, right? You can do is you can take a sawzall and make some cuts, like 3 or 4 cuts, and get in there with a screwdriver and peel that out and take that piece out. But a lot of times you'll crack the hub doing that. Now they make a tool. They make 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch. Basically, you just put it on the drill. And what it does is it gets right in there, and as you spin the drill, what it'll do is it'll make shavings come right out of there. And obviously, you want to be careful that you don't go too far and go through the fitting, but it will clear it out. It definitely will work. I have used it in the past a few times. You could see it kind of floats in there. But as it spins, it just makes shavings of that stuff, and it digs it right out. So what you would have, obviously you can see how it fits inside the pipe tight. So you're going to stop before you go to the end of the fitting, obviously. And, it will make a rough surface in here. It will make a rough surface. But if you hit it with the cleaner and the glue, you can stick a piece of pipe in there and get another joint out of it. This is not something I use all the time. But when I'm in a jam and you have to get to that hub, sometimes it happens, either doing venting piping or whatnot, you have to get to that hub, or on plumbing, doing plumbing work. This tool is a lifesaver. Like I said, it's basically a PVC reamer. The 1.5 inch, I got the 2 inch, the 3 inch. I use the 2 and the 1.5 inch mostly. The 3 and the 4, I do have them in the truck, but I don't use them that often. So I just figured I'd bring a little video about that. And another thing that I get a lot of questions about is my little, basically it's a little coil brush. Let me see if I get it up close so you guys can read it. You could write it down if you want it. It's designed for cleaning, condensers and evaporator coils. This thing is what I call the miracle brush. As long as it's not spine fin. If it's a spine fin coil, there's not much you could do about it. Or if it's a micro channel coil, this thing will clean it up. But a regular condensing coil that's all full of dust, this thing will go right in there. It'll take a lot of that heavy stuff out of there. And then you got to hit it with the coil cleaner and the hose, obviously, to finish the job. But no, this is a nice little brush. And I get a lot of people asking me about it. But that's it. No, I know there's a couple of different makes that make it, but this one's a Maz. And there's the number right there. 78833. Fin and coil whisk brush. Stiff, flexible bristles. Now, I've had mine for a long time. And they do wear out after a while, But, you get a lot of use out of them. You get a couple of years out of this brush. Using it all the time. And they're cheap. They're probably only like, I don't know, a couple of $3 a piece. So if I was you, I'd pick up a couple and have them in your truck. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching my stuff. I just wanted to do a quick little video on this, some of the stuff these guys have been asking me about. And, this will cover a couple of things. Every once in a while, I'll do a little tool review on some of the stuff that these guys ask me about. They see me using it. I want to do some more stuff with the Testo 320 and also my 570. I've had quite a few people ask me about the 570 to do some more stuff with it, and I'm going to, as soon as it gets a little bit warmer out. Right now, you know, the air conditionings really don't have a lot of load. They're not even running right now. So I just soon wait till it gets a little warmer and I could run the systems and, and put the gauges on there and show you what it could do. You guys all know I run the 570 and I'm a big fan of the 570. Uh, you know, that's what I'm running right now. I like Testo stuff. I know the new iManifold is a great device, and yeah, just come out with the new probes, and that thing is space age technology type of stuff. Jim really did a good job on that thing as far as the app and all that. How everything, you could see everything on that thing. It's pretty amazing. But for me, the 570 is also a good manifold. If you're running analog gauges, you really need to step out of that and get some digital manifolds. You got your subcool, your superheat there, your saturation, you know, everything's right there. It's like it's unbelievable, some of these digital gauges compared to the old analog stuff. I'll never go back to analog gauges again myself. I got them in the truck, hanging in the truck in case if I come across a burnout or something or an emergency. But I got a 550 and I got the 570 in my truck, so I got two in case I either one breaks or sometimes I have a left the clamps at one job and I had to go back to them. And I like to have two manifolds just in case there's an issue with one breaking. I always got a backup there. I like the 570 because it's got the 3/8 holes on it that I could put on it, and sometimes I need that. I do have the 1/2 inch Appion hoses also with the core removers, and if I'm pulling a vacuum, I could pull it down that way. But I found sometimes with the you can't get the core removers on some of these condensing units the way the valves are. You can't get it on there unless you stop pulling half the condenser apart. And if that's the case, it's just easier for me to just pull it through the 570 and just get my 3/8 holes out for the vacuum. Takes a little bit longer, obviously, but it gets the job done pretty quick through the 3/8 holes compared to the 1/4 inch holes. It does make a difference. Yeah, I wanted to do a shout out to Stephen Reardon. He had made a nice gesture. He had picked up a couple. He had picked up a couple of iManifolds. Uh, One was sent to him, and he traded Zach for. He traded his 570 for the other one, which I don't know. I think Zach got the better end of the deal on that, but anyway. No, I like the iManifold. I do. I think the app's pretty cool. If the thing just didn't drop out, I think it would be a great thing. Like I said, Jim did a great job on it. It's even now with these new probes, they're amazing. But yeah, that was nice of Stephen Reardon to offer to send the manifold out to a couple of the different guys. That was a class act. You could give the guy credit for that. Someone give him a couple of thumbs down on that video. Thumbs down bandit, I call him. Going around giving everybody thumbs down. But no, like I said, you guys should go check out Stephen Reardon's channel. He's a good mechanic. You know, he does a lot of maintenance on stuff, and there's a lot of work in maintenance. Doing maintenance on these air conditioners, there's a lot of work to it. A lot of these big companies, they have a ton of maintenance contracts. And I don't want maintenance contracts myself. I'll do the maintenance on the units as the people, call me in, every year, do the cleaning on it. But I don't want to sign no contract with them and, feel obligated to call them in the middle of the night. Oh, I got a contract with you. Bullshit. I'm sleeping. I'll be there in the morning. That's my idea of maintenance contracts. I don't want to be tied down to no contract. I'll go there and fix it and, change, do whatever I got to do to get it going for the guy. But myself, that's the way I think. But I'm just a one-man show, so I don't need a lot to keep me busy anyway. I pick and choose my jobs. Always have. But, yeah, thanks, Steven, for being a straight up shooter. You know, and that was good. That was a good act. You know, and that's the type of stuff we need on YouTube. We need, you know, guys that are out to help each other out, not no flipping lone wolves. You know, a lot of times I leave comments joking around and busting butt, but I'm just joking around. I don't mean no harm by the comments. Some of the comments I leave, I laugh half the time to get a joke out of you guys. But no, that's the way to be. You know, we hopefully we get along. And somebody made a comment. You know, let's not turn YouTube into HVAC talk. You know, we're all backstabbing going on. We don't need that shit, man. Let's all get along. So you know, it's better to all get along. You know, the certain cams here, certain cams there. It shouldn't be like that. We should all be as one. We're all in the same. Someone said it's like, you know, 1,000 pebbles of sand on a beach. Bullshit. Go. We should all be working together to make it. It's a good community. The HVAC community is a good community. We should all try to band together and get along. It can be done. All right, guys. Hey, man. I appreciate you watching my stuff, and hopefully I didn't bore you with the little tool review. But like I said, some guys have been asking me for it, so. All right, man. Have a good weekend and stay out of trouble.